With Game Week 14 just finishing, we're already round the corner from Game Week 15 deadline. Here is my team selection for Game Week 15. Let's get into it.
Yo, listen up, Rue is stepping up the game. Where fantasy Premier League runs in his veins. From transfers to captains, he's always on top, guiding you through every game week non-stop. They say Rue got that Salah flow. Welcome to the channel, enjoy the show. Wild cards, free hits with so much vibe. If you're hunting for success, then make sure you subscribe.
Good day, mate. Welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Root and welcome back to another FPL video. So in today's video, we're going to be looking forward to Game Week 15. It's a very short turnaround from Game Week 14 to 15. Game Week 14 ended on Sunday evening and Game Week 15 starts on Tuesday evening. So it's a really quick turnaround. So there will only be 2 videos. So if you haven't already, check out my transfer tips video on Game Week 15, and then this is my team selection video. So, but first of all, let's talk about Game Week 15 quickly. Really good game week for me. Only my 3rd green arrow of the season. My first come in Game Week 4 when I brought in Son for his absolute haul against Burnley. Went from 1.2 million to 53,000 rank. Also got one in Game Week 12, which I went for 1.7 million to 958,000 rank. And then this game week where I went from 1 million to 680,000. So all 3 green arrows have been really good jump. So I'm over the moon with that. It kind of shows that you don't need to get a green arrow every week. You just need them to count when you do get them. My green arrows were, I wouldn't say put down to one player this game week. So all players actually did kind of deliver in one sense of a way. So even Anana got a point for his saves. No clean sheet though. Simicast got an assist. No clean sheet though, which is disappointing. Lascelles got a clean sheet. Really happy with Lascelles since I brought him in. 3.9 million. He's now gone up to 4.2, I think it is. So yeah, absolute bargain. And I think he's in the team for a good 3, 4, 5, 6 game weeks more, because I'm not too sure when Botman is back. Matty Cash, the only player that didn't actually deliver, came off the bench in the last 16 minutes and got a 1-pointer. He is an issue for the team, which we might discuss. Well, we definitely will discuss later on in this video. Midfield, and Burmo, my new signing. I did bring in Burmo this game week, got the assist against Luton. Disappointing he didn't get more, but I'm happy with the assist, and hopefully he can do better in the next game week. Another player I brought in was Anthony Gordon, who scored a goal, which was really happy with that one. Only 2 bonus though, but still 10 points. 15 points for my new signings. I'm over the moon with that. Saka keeps delivering. He managed to get a goal this time round though, whereas he hasn't scored since Game Week 7, so happy with that one. Salah, another assist, so that's 2 assists in a row. Not really worried. Salah does what Salah does. I'm sure he's going to get a massive haul in the next game week. Son, to be honest, not really a surprise, but at the same time, what could have been without that own goal. So there was a -2 for the own goal, and he probably would have got an extra bonus point. So that's an extra 3 points. He would have ended up on probably around 10 points, 13 points, if it wasn't for that own goal. But goal, assist, 2 bonus. Really happy with Son. There was a thought of me taking him out last game week, but there was no way I was going to do that. I know how clinical he can be against Man City, and being Spurs is number 1 with how attacking they are, I think is a no-brainer to keep Son probably for the rest of the season if it carries that way. Up front, Alvarez chips in with an assist. Should have been 2 assists. He did have an assist for one of the City's goals, but they gave it to Haaland for some reason, which I've got Haaland captain, so it's not too bad, but a bit strange, that one. I'm a bit worried that he hasn't scored since Game Week 9, but I'm going to be wildcarding Game Week 19, so I don't think Alvarez will be in my team for that. Haaland, 2 assists, 7 points, not too bad, but probably expected better. But obviously, as a Spurs fan, I'm happy he didn't score and City didn't win. So overall, a really good game week. Ended up on 71 points. Like I said, jumped from about 1 million to about 680,000. Really good. Happy with that. Still have my wildcard in my pocket. Still a long season to go. So yeah, really happy with that. But let's go on to my Game Week 15 team selection. So we'll kick it off with our defenders and goalkeeper. So as I mentioned, I am wildcarding in Game Week 19. So I will not be making a goalkeeper transfer before then. Ideally, I would be taking out Onana and bringing in someone like Dubravka or someone like Kelleher. But for me, I just don't think it's worth it when I'm wildcarding in a few game weeks. Onana has Chelsea at home, so not the best fixture out there. But then after that, he does have Bournemouth at home in game week 16. So I'm hoping for at least one clean sheet out of the next two. That's my target. Hopefully Onana can do that. 2 home games. Man United have actually been okay at home this season. Yes, we all banter them, but at home they've actually not been too bad. Defense looks actually not too bad as well, considering how close I am to wildcarding. So Simicast, Sheffield United away. He did get an assist last time out, but no clean sheet. I do think he will start. There is some talk that he could get rested because of how close the games are. But Liverpool are actually playing on Wednesday night, so they do have that kind of extra day break compared to someone that is playing on Tuesday night. So for me, I think Simicast does play against Sheffield United away, and I'm hopeful of a clean sheet in that game as Sheffield United don't look good at all. Lascelles against Everton away. I think, yeah, it's a good chance of a clean sheet in that one. Everton, although they've been doing pretty well recently, I'm not too sure they score enough goals to worry a threat against Newcastle. And I do think Newcastle will go there and win 2-0. And Lascelles has got a good chance of keeping a clean sheet and hopefully added another attacking return as he did get one in game week 13 against Chelsea. Mark Gahey is the third defender I've decided to start. I'd say not ideal. He hasn't kept a clean sheet since game week 11. And to be honest, it hasn't been a great transfer. Defensively, Palace don't look the best. Attacking-wise, Palace don't look the best. I think they are missing Eze a lot in terms of as an overall team. They haven't won in 3 games. They've only won 1 in the last 5-6 games. Oh, wait, 1 in the last 7 games. Wow. I had to recount that. I wasn't sure that was true. 1 in the last 7 games. So they'll be going into the game as a must-win, really, against Bournemouth. It's a team they should be beating, and hopefully they can keep a clean sheet. On the bench, defensive-wise, you've got Matty Cash, City at home. I wasn't going to play him anyway, but it is a bit of an issue that he didn't start the last game. Could this potentially be something that is an ongoing thing? Has he lost his place now? I don't think that is the case. However, I do think he will miss out against Man City, where it might be better to play someone a bit more solid in that right back position. Kabore is also my other defensive option on the bench with Arsenal at home. Hopefully, I won't need him as my 3 players will play, but he is always there as one of the last subs, I guess, to come on the pitch. So that's the way my defense looks like. I am hopeful of at least 2 clean sheets out of them 4 players, and hopefully we can get a few goals and assists in there. So the midfield is probably the most important part of the team every game week, to be honest. I am playing a 5-man midfield, and most of them actually have really, really good fixtures this game week, so I am expecting a lot from them. We'll start off with the 2 new signings. So Burmo has Brighton away. Brighton have been conceding a lot of goals recently. They conceded 3 against Chelsea last time out too. And Brentford have been scoring quite a few goals and scored 3 against Luton. I'm hopeful Burmo does get on the score sheet. He only got an assist last time out, which is fine. For me, who's on a wild card, I really do need him to deliver pre-game week 18 because I probably have to take a hit to get him out. And that's not ideal, don't get me wrong. But as I have the wild card in game week 19, it's not that much of a big deal. I'd rather have a player playing for 1 game week than a player not playing at all. Whereas if you don't have the wild card, you'll probably want to keep him on your bench. So you probably want to have a strong bench. So for me, I really do need him to perform pre-game week 18. Next up, Anthony Gordon. He is flagged, but I think he'll be all right. Hip injury. He did kind of get a bit of a knock in that Man United game. I do think he will be fine, and I'm hopeful for attacking returns from him. Like I said, he got a goal last time out. Even before that, he got a goal and assist against Chelsea, goal against Arsenal, goal against Palace. He's done really, really well this season. 6 goals, 5 assists, and I'm sure he's not going to want to miss the chance to go back to Everton, go back to Liverpool. and get a goal. And we've seen him when he played Liverpool earlier on in the season. He was so passionate to get that goal, which he did score. That was actually at St James's Park, but this will be back in Liverpool at Everton, his old club, his boyhood club. I'm sure he's not going to want to miss that. Saka, Luton away, another good fixture for him. Even a potential captain option, to be honest. The way Saka's been consistently performing the last few game weeks, you know you're guaranteed an assist from him at least every game week. You're just hoping he can match that up with a goal. Arsenal, I'm expecting them to make a few changes in this game, but I think Saka will start. He starts most games, to be honest, and I won't be too worried about that. Salah with Sheffield United away. Yes, there's always a chance that Salah could even get rested, but we've seen over the last few seasons he's only been rested once. It was against Chelsea last year, and that was only because he kind of never really had the World Cup. We never played at the World Cup, so there wasn't any need for resting. If he was going to get rested, it probably would be in this game week. But for me, I just can't see that happening. With the momentum Liverpool on at the moment, having just beat Fulham in the dying seconds, a draw away at City, beating Brentford 3-0. They're on kind of a bit of a roll. They haven't lost since Spurs in game week. They've only lost once this season, game week 7, which they probably shouldn't have lost, even as a Spurs fan, I've got to say that. But for me, Salah is going to be my captain. Just with how poor Sheffield United were last time out, I think he is probably the best captain option, and I can see Salah getting a couple goals in this game. Son, guy that delivered 3 goals, what was a hand in 3 goals last time out. Obviously, one of them being an own goal, one of them being an assist, and one of them being a goal. I think this game week is going to be really, really big for Son. Romero's back for Spurs, a massive, massive player in terms of the whole team, the whole build-up play, and that can only help Son. Richarlison is back too, so potentially Richarlison could go on the left, Brennan Johnson on the right, Kulusevski in the hole, and then Basuma, maybe even Lo Celso kind of sitting. So for me, I do think Spurs are going to be not back to the form they've seen, but definitely better than the last 3-4 game weeks, where they've obviously got the red cards, got the injuries, and I'm hopeful Son can get a goal against West Ham. It is a derby, it is at home, it is a night game as well, which I think does make a difference to derby games. It builds up the atmosphere, and I think Spurs will go out and win that game, and Son will be on the score sheet. So hopefully, he can get us points. Those of us that have decided to keep him and play him for this game week. Overall, I am pretty happy with this midfield. Some really, really good fixtures. Hopefully, they all start. They should all start. Gordon potentially might not, but I do think he will start. There's no way he's missing that game against his old club away from home. Next, we'll move on to the forwards, which I'm sure you'll guess who they are. So no second guesses for who my strike force is. It's Alvarez and Haaland. So ever since I brought in Alvarez in game week 3, they have been my strike force. And they have a really, really tough game against Aston Villa away. Aston Villa have won every single home game so far this season. I actually have to film this 3 times because I looked at the stat and I actually couldn't believe it. I had to go do some more and more research every time I said it. So for me, this is really, really tough. However, on top of that, you've also got Rodri missing out for reaching 5 yellow cards. So it's a tough place to go, and they're missing Rodri. I think this is going to be a real hard game for Man City. Ideally, I wouldn't have both Alvarez and Haaland, so I would be taking out Alvarez this game week. However, City's fixtures over the next up until I'm wildcarding game week 19 look really, really good. So after this Villa away game, they've got Luton away, which should be good for City. They've also got Palace at home right before the blank. So for me, them 2 fixtures of Palace at home, Luton away are why I'm probably just going to keep Alvarez. There is a potential chance to take him out. It's just I don't really have the money to go to anyone that I'm actually looking excited about, to be honest. People could say that I could go to Solanke. I don't have the money to actually go to someone like Isak. So my options are limited. You could also go for someone like Chris Wood, but for me, it's just not better than Alvarez. I think there are better options out there. I just don't think I can afford them. So I only have 7 million. So really, I could go to someone like Nicholas Jackson, but with Nkuku back, I'm not too sure I want to do that. Well, potentially back. Haaland, not really, not for me. Someone like Solanke, like I said. Other than that, there's not really many options. I could take a punt on Nicholas Jackson. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just a transfer waiting to happen. Can I get through until game week 19? So 4 game weeks when Kunku doesn't start potentially, but I'm not too sure I want to take that risk. I think I'm just going to leave it this game week and then see where we go in that game week. But then it's going to be hard to take him out ahead of Luton. So it is a tough one with Alvarez. I think I'd rather just wait and see what we can do in the next game week. Haaland, to be honest, I haven't really been even thinking about putting the captain's armband on him. I think that game's going to be really, really tough for him. Like I said, Villa have won every single home game this season. Haaland's not as good as away, not as good as away from home as he is at home. So that's another factor. And Rodri's missing too. So that's why I've gone for Salah captain. Hopefully, the two City boys can deliver and get a goal each or something like that. And ideally, like I said, I would be making a transfer, maybe going to someone like Jackson, maybe going to Solanke. But for me, I just don't think they're better than Alvarez over the next 3 game weeks. I can make that decision maybe even in game week 17 or game week 18. But for now, I will be sticking with the City boys, even though it is a tough game week. Let me know what you think of my team. Let me know what transfers you're making too in the comment section below. And yeah, good luck for the game week. And I'll catch you later on in the week for a preview of game week 16 and maybe some transfer tips. Have a good game week, everyone. Cheers.